Welcome back, Flare community. How is everyone doing today? It's an absolute pleasure to be streaming for you, and yes, welcome to the new sort of interface, I guess. This is the new look for the channel, and it's made possible by you guys. You know, I've upgraded my computer recently, and it's sort of allowed me to really sort of increase the quality of the content. So big love to everyone that's watching and subscribing and sharing the content. And yeah, we're going to jump into it today, and we're going to go over not just Aurei, but we're also going to look at Trustline and Probity as well. Obviously, we've had the Trustline ecosystem, which has really been brought to everyone's attention recently, but I really want to sort of give everyone this broad overview of how it fits into the full ecosystem, because it's very complicated, and you know, I think just knowing about the Trustline app is really just a small fraction of what is possible and what makes this ecosystem so special. So we're going to start off here with the Aurei stablecoin, and we're just going to quickly go through a small portion of this presentation. So Aurei, a collateralized crypto stablecoin. So what is it? It's a crypto stablecoin pegged to the US dollar. So one Aurei should theoretically be worth $1, and they have this balancing thing which always ensures that it remains at that particular price. So Aurei is engineered for payments, lending, and trading, and I think lending is where the real use case will thrive. So it's important to know about the various actors in the space. Probity is a smart contract system. So before we go any further, smart contract system, that means that it can run smart contracts, which means it is not hosted on the XRP ledger. The Probity side of things is actually going to be hosted on the Flare network, okay? But the difference is Aurei is actually going to be issued onto the XRP ledger, but more about that later. So Probity, a smart contract system running on the Flare network, responsible for minting Aurei and executing loans on behalf of depositors. A depositor is someone who deposits collateral into a Probity vault, allowing them to receive Aurei or earn interest. And finally, we have the last piece of the puzzle, which is the borrower. This is one person who borrows Aurei from Probity, or from the secondary markets. So you can sort of see how these all link together. Probity is basically the vault which accepts these deposits, this collateralized, XRP or any other F asset for that matter, which will allow it to be collateralized and mint the Aurei stablecoin to the borrowers. And in return, the depositor will receive some interest. And I do have a nice little infographic to show you guys at the end. So, and it sort of pieces everything together about the Probity system here. Functionality. Aurei is minted through a smart contract when cryptocurrency collateral is deposited into a Probity vault. Aurei can be issued to the depositor, or the Aurei can be issued to a third-party borrower, and this is through Probity. Probity lends Aurei to a borrower on behalf of the depositor, allowing the depositor to earn interest at the prevailing interest rate. Only Probity Vault owners can lend Aurei on Probity, but anyone can loan Aurei on the secondary lending market. So you can see how this all ties together. Probity is the middleman between those who want to provide their assets as collateral to earn interest, and it also allows people to sort of get loans and pay the interest to the depositors. So this is the Trustline website, and we can see here Probity vaults stake crypto or earn yield or take blockchain generated stablecoin loans. And you may be wondering why people would want to take out a loan. And you know, this is a question that gets asked a lot, but say for example you're holding let's just say an asset like XRP, and you don't want to crystallize your position. You feel like you want to hold it because you think that the future is fairly bright and you don't want to necessarily sell it. Now, as a borrower, you could actually, if you needed some sort of fiat for some reason, some dollars, for whatever reason, and you didn't want to part with your assets, you could actually get a loan by collateralizing your assets such as XRP, and then you could receive the Aurei stablecoin as a result. The video is out of focus. Sorry, I just caught that. How is the video for everyone else? I'm wondering if it's maybe, is it a bit blurry or is it good? I don't know. We'll continue. And obviously we're familiar here with the Trustline app. And if we look onto here, and this is something that I think is really important. So we'll just read it from here. The XRP ledger uses the concept of trust lines and issued currencies to represent credit lines backed by fiat reserves held by institutions known as gateways. And you can see here that the institutions are actually centralized traditionally for as a gateway. So say you're say there's an issued currency such as issued Bitcoin on the XRP ledger, you're actually going to have to trust one of these gateways to swap it out for you. So a gateway is basically a way from for people to bring, say, fiat onto the XRP ledger. So let me just give you a very brief example. So say I was to create a asset on the XRP ledger, and it was called Fleur Community Coin, and it was worth $1. Let's keep things simple. So as the issuer, I would be the gateway because I would accept the dollars. Someone gave me $10, I will give them 10 Fleur Community Coin. And if they wanted to sell and get their money back, they would give me the 10 Fleur Community Coins, and then I would give them the $10. So I would be the central gateway. And this is what makes Aurei really special, because it's the first trustless gateway. Now, what do I mean by that? It's actually being run and issued from Fleur, the smart contract network. So it's going to be run by smart contracts and not a centralized entity. These smart contracts will be able to monitor the various collateral that's available and then issue it onto the XR from the Fleur network onto the XRP ledger. And that really is the secret sauce, and this is what makes it so special. Just got a request to zoom in. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to remember that. So issued currencies are redeemable as fiat currencies from the issuing gateway. In 2020, Fleur Network proposed a trustless stablecoin issued on the XRP ledger via Flare smart contracts, and Trustline Inc. or Trustline Incorporated was established in 2021 to create a crypto credit network that pioneers the issuance of the first trustless stablecoin for everyday payments that settle in 3 to 5 seconds at a fraction of a penny. Now, this particular statistic here is because Aurei is running on the XRP ledger, so inherently it performs as XRP would, just like Casino Coin is also running on the XRP ledger. They have the same metrics, 3 to 5 seconds to settle and a very cheap fee as well. And that goes for any future assets which are issued on the XRP ledger. The Trustline Credit Network enables liquidity providers to mint Aurei stablecoin and to earn interest from borrowers. Borrowers can borrow Aurei on the Flare network and the XRP ledger with other chains supported by Flare. Elements of the protocol's design were inspired by MakerDAO, Compound, and Uniswap. So we're just going to read these last couple of sentences here, and I'm going to bring up the infographic very soon. So, Aurei. Aurei is the stablecoin that is created by the protocol liquidity providers, and that's basically people who are providing collateral. It is an over-collateralized stablecoin, meaning it's not a one-to-one backing like Tether, where it's $1 equals 1 Tether. It's actually over-collateralized, similar to how F assets are collateralized. We know that F assets are collateralized at a ratio of 2.5, so if you want to mint F XRP, the collateral required would be 2.5 times the value of that XRP in Spark. And this is the same. So to mint $1 worth of Aurei, you're actually going to have to provide maybe $2 worth of cryptocurrency. And it can be backed by either the Spark token or other F assets, such as FXRP, or any F asset for that matter. Every unit of Aurei corresponds to a unit of an underlying collateral asset, maintaining a value greater than $1. In some cases, over-collateralizations of two or more greater is required to ensure the price of Aurei remains pegged to the US dollar. And that's very important, and it just almost adds like a safety net. So Probity is the decentralized application, or commonly known as a dApp, where users can provide Aurei liquidity for borrowers. The Trustline mobile app sources funds from payments from Probity for every credit-based transaction. Behind the scenes, Probity is calling the Trustline Credit Network smart contracts. And we're going to look at some of these smart contracts in a second. Not in depth, but just some of the functions which they do. So to give you a brief overview, Probity is running a smart contracts decentralized application running on the Flare network, and it interacts with the Trustline ecosystem, or the Trustline application, to mint Aurei to people who want to borrow or lend it. And that's on the XRP ledger side. We do have this here, the TCR token, or the Trustline Credit Network token, which is going to be also a stable coin and basically is going to be a governance coin as well. So let's check out some of the smart contracts. So these smart contracts, they have these things called methods, which are basically just a function, like a task. What do you want this smart contract to do? And as we can see here, we have the vault method, and a vault obviously holds money. So we say the vault contract allows you to manage underlying collateral supplied to mint or create Aurei, or to secure an Aurei borrow. Two vault management methods, or like functions or tasks, are deposit and withdraw. The collateral may be Spark or F assets or other ERC20 tokens as determined by governance, and the governance is obviously from the TNC, the TCN token, which is the Trustline Credit Network token. After collateral is stored in the vault, you can supply or borrow Aurei by interacting with the treasury and teller contracts. So Aurei, this is the Aurei smart contract, and Aurei is a ERC20 compliant contract with mint and burn methods. Only the treasury contract can mint or burn Aurei. And we know that all of these smart contracts are ERC20 compliant because they're running on the Fleur network, and this is basically a standard for contracts which are running on the Ethereum network. And as the Fleur network implements the Ethereum virtual machine, we can assume that all of the smart contracts are ERC20 compliant. So the treasury, this can, like we say here, it can burn or mint or burn Aurei. The treasury contract allows the Aurei reserves, owns the Aurei reserve, sorry. The reserve is equivalent to the amount of Aurei that is liquid for borrowing. The two treasury management methods are issue and redeem. By invoking or by starting issue, the issue command, the caller locks collateral in their vault to mint Aurei. The new Aurei is owned by the treasury contract until it is lent out by the teller contract. And we'll just read this quick one here. The teller contract creates loans and tracks debt balances. The borrow interest rate is automatically determined based on the amount of Aurei liquidity. The two loan management methods are create loan and repay. By invoking or starting the create loan method, the teller locks collateral in the borrower's vault and sends Aurei from the treasury to the caller. This method updates the interest rate based on the change in Aurei liquidity. By invoking repay, the caller reduces their debt by providing Aurei back to the treasury. So it's a very fine balancing act. Now, I think this was very interesting here. So not this, sorry. So for those of you who don't know, this is just the Trustline application. And this is obviously interacting with the XRP ledger. We've got XRP and the Aurei stablecoin. And if you guys have already been using this, you know that the functionality is somewhat limited. You can buy and you can sell on the XRP decentralized exchange, and you can send it to various people. And that's pretty much the scope of this beta test now. Maybe they will add some more functionality, but something very interesting which I found later was this. So will there be a Mint FXRP tab? And this is referring to the Trustline application. When will that be shown during the test phase? Thank you. In a future update, you'll be able to put XRP directly into a Probity vault. The app will take care of the F asset process for you. So I think that's really powerful. So it seems like Probity on the back end are actually going to accept XRP and mint it into FXRP, which can then be provided for the Probity vault. And then this is the question that got me excited. So this means if I put XRP into Probity vault, it makes XRP into FXRP, and I can get Aurei as interest and Spark from a general pool. So for those of you who don't know, F assets actually, if you're holding an F asset, you can actually receive the Spark token as a result. And this is to incentivize people to bring assets onto the network. So Probity, Trustline here, they reply with bingo. So they're basically confirming that if you are providing F assets as collateral, you don't just earn one form of passive income as interest, but you also get the Spark token from the reward pool. So I thought that was very good to mention as well, bring that to your guys' attention. So here we have the GitHub page for Trustline, and you can see all of these ticks here. I'm going to remember to increase this so you guys can see. And you can see that they've done quite a fair lot. All of this is checked. And we can see that they still need to do some other stuff as well. Governance implementation, FTSO delegation rewards, smart contract audits, and some other stuff as well. And this is something which caught my eye, FTSO delegation rewards. So that may mean that if you do lock the Spark token as collateral, you will also be able to delegate your vote and earn a passive income through that too. So it's not like the Trustline developers are limiting you in any way. You're going to be able to fully utilize this application and still get all of the benefits of either holding the Spark token or F assets. Oh, Cobb for president with the $199 US. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate all the info. That's a jokes username and profile picture. Thank you very much for that, man. I really do appreciate it. So, I just wanted to run through this website here, which is the Probity website. So basically, if you are obviously the cost and test network is currently down, but this is basically what you would see from the Probity side of things. So Probity, this is just a web application, and the full thing, what's going to be running on the Flare network, is going to be happening behind the scenes. And I want you to take note of these two particular tabs here. So we have the capital and the loans thing. So say capital, let's just start here. Staking assets to create Aurei capital allows you to earn interest. So this is for the people who want to really make the most of their assets by staking them and receiving Aurei in return. Capitalization is the process of enabling Probity to mint Aurei backed by staked assets. You can earn yield on the Aurei created from staked collateral. Collateral is redeemable at any time. So you see you've got these three tabs here, and you can be say, oh, I want to stake this much of the Spark token, and then it will see how much you want to mint. So I don't know, I guess it depends on the price, but it will give you a certain ratio, and I guess that would have to be above a certain threshold, and then you'll be able to stake it. And you can also sort of reverse that process by redeeming it, and you can also withdraw, and this is with the Trustline credit network token or the Aurei stablecoin. Now on the flip side of that, this is for people who want to stake their assets, but you've also got the demand side where people want to loan, so they can borrow stuff, and they can similar sort of thing. They can input how much they want to borrow and input the amount of assets they're willing to provide as collateral, and then you can also repay them. So I want to just briefly bring your attention to this infographic that I did mention earlier. So, and it's basically going to demonstrate this process. So here we have the two sides of it. So as you could see, here we have, this is for the people that are staking, and this one is for the people who are borrowing. So this is for staking, this one is for borrowing. So let's start on this side with borrowing. So we have a user, and they have some assets, okay? They need to deposit these assets into a Probity vault, and once they've deposited their assets into a Probity vault, they're going to be able to provide that as collateral. And when they provide it as collateral, they're going to be able to borrow the Aurei stablecoin. Now, when they're borrowing this Aurei stablecoin, they're going to have to repay it, and they're also going to have to, to be frank, with the 20 bomb, thank you so much. I like the new layout, especially seeing my name on the top. Yeah, I think there is a slight delay with the super chats, but I guess that's the price that we pay for this nice new interface. I really like it as well, and you know, I'd love to get more feedback on this. If you guys like it, or you'd like me to go back to the classic view, please do let me know. But personally, I'm quite a fan. So let me just read this little bit of text here. Yeah, thank you so much for that, to be frank, very much appreciated. So borrowers will be able to borrow Aurei provided by the depositor. The fees then pay interest, then pay... Okay, that might need rewording. The fees are basically paid to the depositor, which collateralizes the Aurei being lent. And so when they repay it here, that goes all the way up to here, okay? And we're going to go through this little section here. So this is for looking for people who want to stake with Probity, okay? So if you're a user and you want to stake some assets, you're going to have to obviously have some assets. You can deposit that into the Probity vault, and then you can provide collateral. It's both the same for these two here. And then with that, you're going to be able to issue Aurei, and that's going to be issued to people who want to borrow. Okay, so it will be sort of, and you don't have to create this pair yourself. It will happen by Probity will sort of deal with this and do all the matchmaking and all the behind the scenes work. So you can say, I've got a lot of FXRP and I want to issue and provide collateral for people to mint a lot of Aurei. The borrowers will then borrow it, they will repay it, and some of their extra fees will go here to the depositors or the stakers who want to redeem. And when they redeem their assets, it actually comes from here. So a bit of the profit comes up here and it goes to the depositor's wallet there. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to edit this this graphic here. That didn't read very nice for me. So I'm going to edit that, and then I'm going to add it onto the Discord where the rest of the infographics are. So before we do wrap up here today, I want to just run you through this particular tweet here. So yeah, someone very generous in the casino coin community tipped me 10,000 casino coin. I think it's like $30 or something like that. And this was because I was thinking of integrating the casino coin to my little Twitter bot, what I created. And for those of you who don't know, my Twitter bot is basically just giving XRP and now casino coin to different people who retweet my content. So here's the timeline. So I post a tweet which contains this text: retweet for a chance to win XRP or casino coin. And this should be at the same time every day. And I believe there should have just been a tweet which has just been released. So 12 hours later, a random retweeter is going to win 500 casino coin. And I don't pick this, it's all automated, and it's randomly selected by a JavaScript function called math.random. So there's no bias in this, it's just done automatically, okay? So that's 12 hours later, and then 11 hours later, I tip 2 XRP to someone, and then 1 hour later, we go back to here and I post a new tweet. And yeah, that's it. It's a way to give back to the community, and this is going to be a daily giveaway. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with this concept, you can actually use a specific syntax, and you can tip people via, if you've got the Zoom app, you can tip people. And this particular video here, it actually allows you to, it actually shows you how it's done. So let me just copy this. I'll post that in the chat for anyone who's interested. Oh, it's not working right now. I will post that in a second. And yeah, I thought it was a good idea, and it seems to be going really well. And you know, the Flare community is much bigger than XRP. It's going to encompass many different communities, and that's something that I think is really special about it. You know, it's going to be a collection of many different people from all different communities, and you know, I think we can all look forward to what the Flare network and these various decentralized applications are going to bring for everyone. So with that being said, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. And yeah, I'd like to say a big thank you to all those who donated. Very much appreciated as always. So be on the lookout for the next videos. And until next time, I'm out.
Mission Control, we have liftoff.